The day Elias Monroe chose kindness over rules. He did not know he was rewriting his own destiny. It was a bright afternoon, sunlight spilling through the glass windows of a seaside hotel restaurant, when he noticed two small figures hovering near the entrance, thin, nervous, and clearly hungry. In a place where polished shoes and expensive watches ruled the room, those two children did not belong. Security was already watching them. Elias felt his heart tighten, because he had once been that child, invisible and starving in plain daylight. Before the story unfolds further, if you believe kindness deserves second chances and quiet good deeds still matter in this world, please take a moment to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel Touch of Kindness. Your support keeps stories like this alive. Elias was a black waiter in his early 30s, working double shifts to keep his small rented room and send a little money to his aging aunt. His life had been a long road of surviving, not dreaming. That afternoon, the hotel was busy with lunch guests, clinking glasses, and murmured laughter filling the air. The two orphans, a boy named Micah and his younger sister Sarah, stood barefoot on the marble floor, their clothes faded by too many washes. They were not begging loudly. They were simply waiting, hoping someone would notice. Elias noticed. Against policy, against fear of losing his job, he gathered leftover bread, a warm plate of food, and 2 glasses of juice, then led them quietly to the service corridor where sunlight still reached through a side window. He watched them eat like it was their first real meal in days, crumbs on their cheeks, eyes wide with relief. When security approached, Elias took full responsibility. He was warned, his record marked, and his promotion erased with a single nod from management. But as the children left with full stomachs and shy smiles, something inside Elias felt whole for the first time in years. Life did not reward him quickly. In fact, it seemed to test him harder. Months later, budget cuts cost Elias his job. He moved on to smaller hotels, then to night shifts at roadside inns. Years passed under the same sunlit mornings and tired afternoons. He married briefly, lost that marriage quietly, and continued working. Always honest, always kind, always unseen. The world changed around him. Buildings grew taller, cars sheenier. But Elias remained where he was, greeting guests with a warm smile and a tired back. Sometimes, during slow daytime hours, he wondered what became of the 2 orphans. He never knew their last names. He never expected anything in return. Kindness to him was not an investment. It was survival of the soul. 22 years later, Elias stood outside the entrance of a modest city hotel, where he now worked as a senior attendant. The sun was high, reflecting off glass towers and clean sidewalks. His uniform was neatly pressed, his hair flecked with gray. It was just another afternoon when the low, powerful hum of an engine cut through the noise of traffic. A Rolls-Royce, polished like liquid silver, slowed and stopped directly in front of the hotel. Heads turned. Phones lifted. Elias felt a strange tightening in his chest as the car door opened. A tall man stepped out in a tailored suit, followed by a confident woman with kind eyes. They walked straight toward Elias, their footsteps calm, deliberate, as if this moment had lived in their hearts for years. The man looked at Elias with a gaze full of memory, gratitude, and emotion too deep for words. He extended his hand, not as a superior, but as someone returning a debt. Micah had grown into a successful entrepreneur. Sarah was now a doctor who worked with underprivileged children. The meal Elias gave them on a bright afternoon, decades ago, had carried them through their darkest days. That kindness taught them they mattered, that the world was not entirely cruel. They had searched for him for years. The Rolls-Royce was not a symbol of wealth, but of gratitude arriving in daylight, undeniable and real. They did not offer him pity. They offered him dignity, a new home near the coast, financial security, and a foundation created in his name to feed hungry children during the day, when hunger hurts the most. Elias felt tears fall freely, not from sadness, but from release. His life, quiet and unnoticed, had echoed farther than he ever imagined. As this story reaches your heart, if it reminded you that small acts can change entire futures, please like, comment, and share this video to spread kindness further. Before the ending, we have a special request for you. Please comment one word that describes how this story made you feel. Elias watched the Rolls-Royce drive away under the bright sky, knowing that kindness never arrives late. It always arrives right on time.